This is part 6 of Mastering Data Frames with Row64 using Python. In this series, we explore how to load data, sort it, and manipulate data to prepare it for data analysis. I'm your host, Paul Trin. Thanks for joining me. Hey guys, Paul Trin here with Row64 Tutorials, getting ready to teach you some ETL techniques and specifically how to aggregate, group, and sum information or data inside of a data frame using Pythons, Pandas, as well as Row64. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to open up Row64 1.5 right now. I have the latest version of this. We're about to launch 2.0, which is going to have all of these cool little techniques inside of them. So hey, let's just get right to it real quick. I'm going to go ahead and close. I'm not going to go ahead and load any data in this one. We're just going to use recipes right from the start. So let me go ahead and maximize my screen real quick. And in here is the recipes. Just go ahead and click on that and quickly jump over to transform, because we're doing we're not extracting data. You might have seen another video where we'll talk about how to load data into this data frame. But more importantly, if you needed to extract information, you could use a various bunch of database connectors. I'll have a different video for that. But right now, let's just focus purely on how to do a how to aggregate data and a group and sum it. Let's first show how this is done in Row64. So again, click on recipes. It pops up in this window right here. I'm going to click on, let me move it over here, right here. Click on transform, and inside the transform tab, you'll see various things you can do. You can sort information, obviously, but specifically, I wanted to look at group and sum. You can click either insert or example here. And if you click insert, it just pushes it right into the IDE. But let's click on example so you can kind of see what's going on. You can quickly see that it brings Row64 brings in a data set known as cars using a CSV load. You can quickly browse for CSV and load your own. You can go back to what we did before, which is load up PPP loan data set. And then basically what you do is you have two things here, group input and output. If you want to see the original CSV, click on input, and you can see this is the data set that we loaded in. Kind of a small data set. I think there's only like a few thousand rows in here. Not much. 50,000 rows, 40,000 rows. And we're doing a group sum on column A. And in column A, we're looking at basically what we're looking at is we're looking to sum up any numeric value and give an output of that. So you go in output, you can quickly see it looked at every single make from column A here and summed up any numeric feature, right? And gave you a summation. But let's just say, for example, you want to see the Python behind that. Click on both right up here on the top, and you can see both the Row64 spreadsheet style notation as well as the underlying Python itself right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just expand this real quick so you can kind of see a little bit better. But let's just do it one more time so you can see it. So again, you can change this to whatever file path you have for your data. But what does this do? This is basically calling a custom function that we've defined as group sum, and we're passing in a copy of what we've loaded. And we're passing in the column here, column 0. Remember that Python starts off at 0, so anything that's numerically number 1 or first in position would be 0. Anything in the second position would be 1, and so on and so forth. So just to show you, this is really simple, really quick way to do a quick summation. But let's say, for example, you didn't want all this information. Like, it doesn't make much sense to me to maybe look at these three. Doesn't make any sense, right? Like a year, why would you be adding years? That just doesn't make any sense. So maybe what we want to do is only look at tailpipe CO2. You can quickly collapse that and just showcase that by doing double brackets like this, right? And then quotation mark, tailpipe CO2, close, and then run this. As you can see, what I've done is basically just immediately changed and customized the Python to exactly what I want. Hit run right now. You can see it's knocked out those other two columns and has left me with this. Say, for example, though, that I wanted to do a second group by. Maybe I wanted to do group by make and then by year, right? We've passed in the M name here, right? We're doing it off of this column make, right? You could quickly just hit comma right here and put in another feature, right? Or column, was it variable, another variable year. And click run. And here you'll see when you hit run on this, it's now broken up to make and then by year and then the total tailpipe CO2 emissions for that year. Pretty easy, pretty powerful stuff, right? And the Python itself is really, really simple. But remember, what we did was we started off with just such a simple recipe. We clicked on data science recipes, went to transform, and clicked on group sum. This feature, this function here. I clicked on example because I wanted it to load a sample data set. But let's just go ahead and do that again. Actually, that makes sense to do again, right? And then from here, you can see quickly both the Python that's being generated as well as the simple syntax. Obviously, if you had a different feature you wanted to sum up by, click on input. Maybe we wanted to work off of just the year, right? Super easy update. As you can see, you can drag and the Python on the right side changes. But let's say we just stuck it here and we hit run here. Same exact thing by year. It sums up every single other variable that is got a numeric or summable value or feature, right? Well, anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you learned something in here, and yeah, join me on the next tutorial where we're going to talk a little bit about some of the data visualization capabilities of Row64. Examples include line chart racing, racing bar charts, and just in general how to share and create these custom spreadsheet style formulas for your team. Talk soon. Bye.